EFCO. The company is known worldwide for its heavy-duty, versatile, all-steel panel forming system. The panels are used primarily for monolithic, poured-in-place concrete construction. The company has been delivering labor savings and engineered solutions for more than 75 years. The EFCO plate girder is known for its outstanding performance on aerial concrete construction, but the majority of its uses are for on-grade construction. The versatility and productivity of the system for on-grade concrete construction is unmatched. Let's look at a few typical applications for the plate girder forming system. Foundations of all types and configurations. Retaining walls, straight and battered. Buildings, low-rise and high-rise. Aerial building beams. Water and sewage treatment plants. Stadiums and arenas. Bridges, piers and caps. Box culvert tunnels. Single and multiple barrel boxes. Dams, locks and canals. Power plants and refineries. And on and on and on. What will it take to make your concrete forming project successful? A contractor should be looking for a system that minimizes labor to assemble and cycle equipment, has an all-steel heavy-duty faceplate with a forming surface that will produce a consistent concrete finish from first pour to last, and allows for easy attachment of chamfer, embeds, and blockouts. Uses standard components with maximum flexibility. Has a precision single-line joint where form face plates meet. Delivers when an architectural concrete finish is required. Offers larger tie spacing and all the advantages that go along with fewer ties. As a comparison, up to 96 square feet per tie when using 12R plate girders, compared to competitive large panel clamp systems at only 42 square feet per tie. Has pouring scaffold as an integral part of the assembled form. Can be completely assembled at ground level and set in one piece with a single crane pick. Can the supplier provide assembly, cycling, and safety videos for crew instructions? EFCO provides detailed product information with state-of-the-art assembly, cycling, and safety videos. EFCO has a library of videos for our products and offer as a part of our field service to help with the process of delivering successful forming systems. Has job site devoted field service with training and experienced personnel. Has engineering, product, and application experience excellence. Has inventory availability through a network of warehouses. Is designed to meet concrete finish requirements. Is designed and built to meet job schedule requirements. Is from a supplier financially able to back the product and process. How can any concrete system be so flexible and adaptable to so many concrete structures? It is the one-of-a-kind, unique design of the EFCO plate girder system and its coupling with the all-important family of forming equipment accessories available from stock to complement plate girder panels. Basic and most important, the EFCO plate girder panel is constructed of high-strength steel, taking full advantage of the qualities of new alloys. In addition, EFCO uses the latest and best manufacturing processes in producing a top-of-the-line quality product. Compare the EFCO steel faceplate's strength and durability to plastic-coated competitive panels. The problem is, you can't, because there is no comparison. Functions of the EFCO plate girder panel capitalize on the advantages of steel over softer and weaker composite plastic-coated materials. In most applications with normal maintenance, steel face sheets continue to form concrete after 1,000 pours. Under similar conditions, plastic-coated plywood may only achieve 75 to 100 pours before face sheets need to be replaced. It is difficult for the competitive composite face sheet forming panels to deliver an architectural concrete finish. Where the composite materials come to the edge of a panel, the lack of the material's strength and resulting durability show up to the point the panels require steel flanges. When this happens and the two form panels meet, it delivers a triple form joint impression in cast concrete. EFCO's all-steel panels deliver a single tight, sharp-edged panel joint minimum line impression. Couple the single form joint with the unmatched qualities of the EFCO steel form face sheet, and in most cases, the steel forms will deliver an as-struck concrete finish, resulting in a high-quality architectural finish. When gangs are handled with cranes and other heavy equipment, it becomes important to have strong and durable perimeter flanges to protect the face sheet. On competitive systems, the perimeter members are fabricated from tubes that are less than 1/8 inch thick. These edges are easily dented and deformed during normal use. EFCO plate girders protect the panel edges with flanges fabricated from high-strength 1/4 inch alloy steel. There are multiple advantages to having factory-installed tie bearings compared to the competitive wall forming systems. The EFCO plate girder panels leads the industry in minimizing the number of ties per square feet, but that is only one of the benefits. The Z-ribs in the panel carry the concrete pressure load to the edges of the form where the tie holes are located. When two panels are joined together, there are two tie holes to choose from for the tie. With only one tie required, in most cases, ties for the form setup can avoid reinforcing steel by just shifting to one side or the other. The unused tie holes can then be easily filled with the standard EFCO plastic plug to eliminate grout leakage. At the same time, the corner bearing block built into the EFCO plate girder creates a moment connection between panels, resulting in fewer pieces and quicker assembly. In most cases, this eliminates the need for additional whalers and stiffbacks required on some competitive systems. For most vertical wall forming applications and all columns, the EFCO plate girder is used with the Z-ribs of the panel running horizontal. This is another place where the EFCO plate girder really shines when compared with most competitive forming systems, where they use steel tubes or a tubular hat rib for panel ribs. The hat rib is difficult or even impossible to hold on to, and the same hat rib also makes a very poor ladder rung for your foot. To sum it up, the systems that have tubes or hat ribs for panel ribs are virtually impossible to climb safely. This means using a ladder or some type of expensive moving device. The EFCO Z-rib design lets you climb the forms with appropriate safety equipment without the need of a ladder. This competitive advantage for EFCO feeds back into labor savings for users of plate girder forms. When it comes to columns and intersecting walls, the EFCO plate girder system outperforms other systems. When two panels meet at an outside corner, it only takes an outside angle corner and two quick bolts. The 90-degree vertical outside angle corners are standard and easy to use. Add a chamfer, either EFCO's plastic fishtail chamfer or solid steel chamfer, if the number of reuses warrants. With just the simple EFCO quick bolt at a corner with the outside angle corner, the plate girder is the best solution. It is easy to describe, easiest to use, and the strongest corner on the market. We're going to leave comparing EFCO's outside corner system up to knowledgeable form users of competitive systems. Other systems are difficult to use, complicated, and costly. At the corners of tapered columns and battered walls, EFCO has another easy solution. The EFCO plate girder is designed and manufactured with Z-ribs with this type of application in mind. When an application warrants, one plate girder flange of a panel can intersect the face sheet of a second panel at 90 degrees with a bolted connection through the steel face sheet. This is accomplished by drilling a quick bolt hole through the open face or the outstanding leg of a plate girder Z-rib and face sheet. If the application warrants, Developing the full strength of the 90-degree corner, backup plate washers can be welded to the back side of the plate girder to develop the full strength of the corner. This plate girder feature has many applications, like beam soffits, radial soffits, bulkheads, and tapered and battered walls, to mention only a few. Where the use of the equipment is well defined prior to a purchase or lease of the equipment, EFCO Engineering can specify and plan the exact location of each hole required, and the EFCO warehouse can drill the required holes and appropriately mark each panel for its intended use. The Z-rib and the bolt-through hole design of the EFCO plate girder system is a real advantage over most of the competitive forming systems that depend primarily upon form panel clamps. Don't worry about the drilled holes, as they can be filled for future plate girder applications. Forming corners both inside and outside can be a labor-intensive task. EFCO offers a solution for forming corners and pilasters with the patented combination bias corner called the CBC. Produced with the same bolting pattern as the plate girder flange, assembly is quick and the possibilities are endless. Your EFCO engineer will design your project's corner solution using the right combination of CBC panels, eliminating not only costly wood fillers, but labor to construct. EFCO also has the reverse combination bias corner to supplement the combination bias corner for quick and easy removal and setting of enclosed shafts and stairwells, and stripping wall forms between pilasters. With the limited offering of corner panels by competitors, it usually takes wood filler panels to construct corners. With EFCO's combination bias corners, it lets you form virtually any wall length between corners and pilasters without any costly wood fill, which requires labor and disposable material to produce and install. In comparison, the EFCO system is very flexible. The EFCO corner bearing block invention led the way to make EFCO's plate girder forming system the premier forming system around the world for aerial concrete poured-in-place beams. This is demonstrated with bridge pier caps and sports stadium construction. The same corner bearing block feature gives EFCO an outstanding large modular panel wall forming system. With some competitive systems, there is a limit to the gang form assembly that can be moved. Large assemblies of hollow tube systems with single panel frames require numerous pick points and additional hardware to prevent the hollow tube frame section from collapsing under heavy load. Compare this to hooking onto an EFCO plate girder flange, where in most cases you can move as large an assembly as your crane can lift. EFCO offers lifting eyes with capacities up to 20,000 pounds each. Most plate girder assemblies can be put together and used without any outside wailing and aligning systems. See EFCO job-specific form erection drawings for special applications for very high wall assemblies. The EFCO plate girder form panel stands on its own merits. But for any specific project, the complete line of EFCO forming accessories can make the real difference. Let's look at a few. The EFCO Quick Bolt shines when it comes to connecting panels. Start with labor-saving efficiency, as it can be easily placed and nutted finger-tight with its fast 6 threads per inch Acme threads. Even more important, the EFCO Quick Bolt panel connector develops the full strength of the plate girder panel flange. Compare this to most heavy-duty form clamps that have a very limited capacity. When it comes to shear strength, the Quick Bolt fastener capacity is 9,000 pounds. This beats the strength of a clamp system, as a clamp only resists a shear with a frictional resistance of the clamp working on a form panel flange. If there is a need to stack panel assemblies on the ground, panels with quick bolt connectors do not have projections between panels. The same single quick bolt fastener can be used to connect panels, scaffolds, top and bottom yokes, aligning and bracing, and accessories. And it is used on other EFCO systems like Super Stud, EFCO Lite, and Ready Radius. providing users a single and simple fastener solution. In contrast, panel clamps only connect panels. The unmatched strength of the EFCO Quick Bolt is also very important when lifting assemblies of form equipment. The strength of the Quick Bolt allows the pick and movement of large panels without any sagging and shifting joints, limited only by how much your crane can lift. Compare this to clamp systems when attaching lifting eyes to the top flange of competitive panels with hollow tubes for flanges. The panel pick size is very restricted to eliminate the crushing of the top flange of the panels. The weight and the cost of heavy-duty form panel connectors are a very important issue. Compare the weight of each form connector as it relates to labor efficiency. With the Quick Bolt, a carpenter can easily carry 6 to 12 quick bolts and nuts in a carpenter's nail pouch. With large panel clamps, it can be a real chore to just carry 2 clamps or 1 clamp if you're climbing or descending a ladder. If it is a vertical joint you are disassembling to move a panel assembly, Quick Bolts can be easily stored near the panel joint in the holes provided in the EFCO Z-ribs of the panels. For systems with clamps that must be removed to cycle a panel assembly, in most cases, the clamps must be taken to the ground or a scaffolding for storage. And as for the cost, for the price of 1 clamp, you could have 12 to 20 Quick Bolts. We have looked at the features of the Quick Bolt, and now let's look at the benefits. Stronger. Storage at point of use when not in use. Far less cost. Lighter. Less cost to assemble and disassemble. Flexibility. The EFCO Quick Bolt connects, in addition to form panels, most EFCO accessories. Attaching grade strips, architectural reveals, chamfers, window and door bucks, and blockouts to the plate girder steel face sheet is easy using self-tapping screws. In one easy step, you can drill, tap, and screw items to the form face for a rigid and secure attachment that is reusable and resists being moved during the concrete placement operation. EFCO offers tie systems to suit the project requirements. The new innovative EFCO Rugged Taper Tie features self-cleaning rounded-edge quick-release threads that resist damage and minimizes maintenance between uses. The rugged ties are available in 2 sizes, with a 30,000-pound capacity working load and the larger tie with a 50,000 capacity working load, both with a safety factor of 2 to 1. The EFCO Rugged Tie features the combined washer and wing nut assembly, and the same size washer nut assembly fits both ends of the tie. The standard taper tie provides a totally reusable tying system with no expendable parts left in the concrete. With the EFCO Acme thread for maximum strength and easy cleaning, the taper tie, together with the nuts and washers, provide maximum strength. After removal from the concrete, a hard rubber plug can be driven into the hole and grouted for a permanent seal. Many competitive forming systems have used the Dewey-Dag tie bar with a plastic sleeve for tying. When using the system, you may have been required to handle up to 9 pieces on each cycle. These were 1 bar with nut and washer, 1 loose nut with washer, 1 tube, 2 new cones, 1 new tube, plus 2 cones removed from the previous pour. Add to this, the tube is a lost item in the concrete with each pour. EFCO offers a complete line of scaffolding accessories dedicated to the system. This includes scaffold hangers, rail posts, and scaffold beams. When supporting plate girders in the air to eliminate shoring to the ground and the required shoring system supporting foundation, EFCO has a complete line of support brackets and swivel head screw jacks. Of course, EFCO offers standard top yokes, bulkhead yokes, inside and outside corners, piano hinge corners, you name it. These are all standard accessories with the EFCO system, almost without exception available from stock. Bulkheads are also easily constructed using EFCO bulkhead yokes to support a wood bulkhead around re-steel provided by contractor. EFCO yokes provide a strong member to resist the concrete pressure and accurately maintain the width of the wall at the temporary closure. The Plate Girder Super Stud partnership means versatility. When you add the Super Stud to the EFCO Plate Girder system, it builds a winning combination. Your imagination is your only limitation, as the EFCO Super Studs are used for columns, beams, braces, and aligners. You name it, and Super Studs can or have been used for it. This is a complete system of lightweight steel beams and accessories that gives you a total system. The versatility of the Super Stud comes from its design, efficient weight-to-strength ratio, and its end-to-end moment-carrying connection. This is an amazing part of EFCO's systems when combined with the Plate Girder system for the innovative contractor. With the EFCO Quick Bolt, the one fastener has many uses. The Quick Bolt is used to connect Super Studs end-to-end to make continuous full-strength beams to any length required. When you choose EFCO, you receive a complete system. A system and support to assemble and cycle forming and shoring equipment. Savings come in labor savings and the quality and cost of the concrete finish. New for EFCO and new for the concrete forming industry, EFCO's series of assembly, cycling, and safety videos. You must see them to believe it. The complete assembly, cycling, and safety video for plate girder wall forming follows in part 2 of this DVD presentation. For decades, EFCO has provided the best value and lowest in-place concrete costs on construction worldwide. Projects like the San Francisco Federal Building in San Francisco, California, Wimbledon No. 1 Court in London, England, Plant McDonough, a power generating facility in Atlanta, Georgia, the Ko'olani Tower in Honolulu, Hawaii, the Prado Dam to help control the Santa Ana River during flood stages in Corona, California, an underground parking garage at Washington University in St. Louis, Missouri, San Diego Convention Center, San Diego, California, a corporate center tower in Charlotte, North Carolina, the Freedom Tower at the World Trade Center in New York City, New York, a new control tower at Chicago's O'Hare International Airport, the Convento Viejo Reservoir in Santiago, Chile, a power station in Southampton, England, nuclear generating station in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And the list goes on and on and on. EFCO provides you with an experienced support team ready to service your project and answer your forming questions. The members of your EFCO team for your project are the EFCO engineer to deliver EFCO solutions for safe formwork and support systems. This work includes project-specific form erection drawings. The EFCO plant manager, who will have the primary responsibility for shipments to your project and for lease projects, the return of equipment process. An EFCO field service representative, whose work can include toolbox safety talks with EFCO's animated assembly, cycling, and safety videos for job site formwork crews. EFCO's field service can be on-site to help with erection drawings, assemble forms for the first use, and develop methods and procedures to help cycle forming equipment. And the District Sales Administrator for your project as your connector for all EFCO services and to answer billing questions. Please call directly to your job-specific EFCO wraparound support team anytime. We deliver more than just forms. We deliver formwork job-specific labor-saving solutions. Your successful project should start with the EFCO Plate Girder Forming System. The all-steel plate girder provides you with a versatile system that can adapt to changing job conditions. EFCO's plate girder forming system gives you the ability to pour high-quality concrete normally requiring only a minimum of touch-up for an architectural finish. The single-joint heavy-gauge steel faceplate versus a competitive triple joint does it all. EFCO equipment is available for either sale or lease and distributed through a network of warehouses. We are ready to supply complete engineering and field service as part of the complete EFCO package to fulfill your needs. EFCO is a company with a long history of developing innovative concrete forming solutions. The company started by identifying a need and filling it now more than 75 years ago, and today delivering the plate girder wall forming system. A complete plate girder forming catalog, including why the EFCO plate girder forming system, pictures of project types and systems accessories in catalog EFC 717. Now, choose the right method for your project, and with EFCO's plate girder system and wraparound support, you can receive the best value and lowest in-place concrete costs. EFCO is the industry innovator for production wall forming and the plate girder forming system. Combined with engineering experience, EFCO can provide the best value and lowest in-place concrete costs on your wall forming projects. Designing a best practice process for assembly, cycling, and safety for your project is the key to success. EFCO has been providing concrete construction solutions for over 75 years. All projects are slightly different from one another, but by forming a partnership with your team and EFCO's engineers, this detailed planning process helps assure complete project success. The EFCO engineering team can help you select the best forming option for your project and provide form erection drawings showing details of the assembly, placement, and cycling of your EFCO formwork. EFCO's series of safety and training videos will share with you detailed demonstrations of methods for assembling and cycling the EFCO plate girder system for wall forming construction. Because safety is everybody's job, this video will focus on safety and reducing labor costs and effort on your project. You must observe and follow all safety guidelines and applicable codes at all times. Think safety and work safely.
Caution: the employer is required to provide a safe working environment. Contractors must comply with all standards related to wall forming construction. Pay special attention to all requirements related to scaffolds and fall protection. Think safety. Work safely.
Fall protection must be maintained at all times when cycling the wall forms. When fully assembled, a wall form may provide passive fall protection using guardrails. During the stripping and setting process, there are situations where workers need an alternate active fall protection system. Harnesses with lanyards or positioning hooks are recommended. It is suggested that workers install fall protection anchor points on the top of the wall form to allow workers to safely access the top of the wall when guardrails are not in place. Workers may use ladders, scaffold stair towers, crane-held man baskets, or a hydraulic man lift for access to the top of the wall form. Please note that the assembly and cycling requirements for your project may differ from the examples used here. At EFCO, we will keep safety and productivity in mind as our engineers and field service representatives help you design the best assembly and cycling method for your project. The EFCO plate girder system is rated with a maximum 1,400 pounds per square foot pour pressure, allowing you to pour concrete easier and faster.
Warning: Pouring too fast may cause form rupture, resulting in serious injury or death. Do not exceed the rated capacity of the forming system.
Planning the work and working the plan is the key to success. Good engineering support by both EFCO and your own personnel for your project is of course a requirement. EFCO engineers can help with panel size requirements, corner details, plans, and specifications. In addition, and maybe most importantly, careful planning and consideration must be made in the assembly and cycling of any wall form. The complete steel form setup of plate girder, including the scaffolding, must be pre-planned in detail to facilitate the stripping and cycling of the form. Before assembling any forms, users should read and understand the drawings prepared by EFCO's engineering team.
Caution! Users are encouraged to perform a job site safety assessment before work begins to identify and avoid any possible hazards. Failure to eliminate potential hazards may result in an unsafe site and cause injury.
The drawings have panel sizes and instructions that are specific to each project. Understanding the drawings is critical for the safe and efficient construction of the wall forming system. Contact EFCO's Field Service Representative or EFCO engineer for the project with questions about the form erection drawings and forms.
Warning! All work performed in the air presents possible fall situations that can result in death or serious injury.
Minimizing the amount of elevated work provides a more efficient assembly process. After assembly, the wall form work can be lifted and set in one pick, depending on crane capacity. The first step in the assembly process of a form setup is to study the erection drawings and assemble the tools required. Carefully study the EFCO form erection drawings prior to starting equipment assembly. Locate and identify all required items. Accessory items are packaged and shipped in separate crates or are sometimes placed inside the ribs of the plate girder panels. You will also need form oil in the form assembly area. Proper application of form oil will improve the appearance of the finished wall and speed the form cleaning process. Apply a single thin uniform layer of oil before each pour. Step 2. Identify a level area to pre-assemble a plate girder wall form.
Caution! Clear communication between the crew and crane operator is critical. Maintain a clear line of sight and understand job site hand signals. Failure to understand may result in minor or moderate injury. Warning! Slings made of nylon straps can be severed by form face sheet edges when under load. Use edge protection to eliminate a dangerous situation which could result in death or serious injury.
Because the first side of the wall form setup must be braced to hold it up, pick the first side where space is available to brace the form and/or where a concrete slab is available. Make sure the toes of the ribs are pointing to what will be the top of the wall. In this position, the ribs act like rungs of a ladder, and with the addition of proper safety equipment, the EFCO wall form can be climbed. For perfect and quick alignment of the wall forms, drive EFCO quick pins at the approximate locations shown on your form erection drawings.
Caution! Using fingers to align forms can cause injury. Use spud wrenches when aligning holes for bolting up formwork.
Install EFCO quick bolts at tie bearings, as noted on the form erection drawings. For ease of assembly, do not tighten bolts until all bolts and quick pins are installed and shims added if required. Refer to the bolting and shimming guidelines outlined on EFCO's erection drawings furnished for your project. Step 3. This is now the time, while the form is on the ground, to install scaffold brackets and posts with contractor-supplied lumber. Make sure the lengths and breaks in the scaffolding planks, handrails, midrails, and toe boards match the form cycling plan. Install lifting eyes at locations outlined on EFCO's form erection drawings.
Notice, watch for interference with slings and guardrails when lifting eyes are installed underneath guardrails.
It may be necessary to install guardrails after the form assembly is standing up. Some contractors have found EFCO's lightweight steel E-beam to be a good solution for handling scaffolding requirements around outside corners of the setup. Step 4. Continue with work that is safer and more efficient completed on the ground. Position EFCO quick bolts, loosely nutted, in the rib holes adjacent to the vertical joints of the wall form assembly where you plan to disconnect and reconnect when cycling the setup. Attach EFCO telescoping pipe braces at locations indicated on the erection drawings. Collapse the pipe braces and tie them back to the form with reinforcing steel tie wire. Fall protection systems for climbing the form should be installed at this time. Accessories for rope grabs or self-retracting lifelines may be easily attached at the top of the form while the form is lying down. This is a good time to pre-assemble all the taper ties with the large end of the taper tie nut preset to the required dimension on all the ties. Make the dimension equal to the one that will be used later on the small end of the ties. This will produce the desired wall thickness and will allow for quick visual inspection, assuring all ties are identical and have been placed to achieve the proper wall thickness. Use the space between the ribs near required tie holes to secure EFCO taper ties with nuts and plate washers or rugged taper ties and wing nuts to the form using reinforcing steel tie wire. Apply grease to the tapered section of the tie. This will help remove the tie from the hardened concrete. Remove the tie hole plugs from the form at tie locations. Also, position top yokes and bulkhead yokes near installation locations. Also, add tag lines at the bottom corners of the gangs that will be used to guide the panels as they are set in place. Step 5. Attach the crane slings to the lifting eyes and pick the first side of the wall form up. Lay the form down face side up.
Warning: forms carried with a crane or other vehicles are considered a suspended load and are a crash hazard. Do not walk or stand under crane loads.
Drill for embeds, anchor template bolts, and other attachments. Install grade strips and feature strips. EFCO offers a self-drilling and tapping screw to easily and securely attach wood to the face of the form. Clean and oil the form. Step 6. Stand up the first side of the wall form with the pipe braces. Set the form on the footing in the pouring position and shim, if required, to bring side flanges to vertical. Secure the bottom of the form with drilled anchors or re-rod pins while extending the pipe braces and securing them to footings or temporary concrete blocks specified by the job site project engineer.
Notice, this is a good time now to recap our safety assembly methods. As a result of our safety assessments and our procedures, we have managed to keep a crew on the ground during the entire assembly process.
Using fall protection, climb the form to release the crane from the form. Use the pipe braces to plumb and align the wall forms. Step 7. All projects are different, but this may be a good time to add blockouts to the form for wood door bucks, window bucks, and other wall penetrations. Coordinate with the rebar crew to avoid taper tie holes and other possible interferences. This is the time to build and install the wood bulkhead to fit the reinforcing steel before setting the second side of the wall. Another way, if it is possible, is to have the reinforcing steel tied way ahead of the forming operation. Step 8. Assemble the second side of the wall form similar to steps 2 through 5, except the pipe braces are not required. Position and tie the taper tie nuts and washers near required tie hole locations. Remove tie hole plugs from only the tie holes to be used. Step 9. Again, lay the form down face side up. Similar to the first side, drill holes for blockout attachments if required. Now attach grade strips or feature strips while the form is lying down. Clean and oil the forms. Now attach the crane slings to the lifting eyes. Stand up the second side form and set the form on the footing directly opposite the first side. Placement is critical to assure that tie holes, top yokes, and bulkhead yokes line up. Securely connect the second side form to the braced first side form with top yokes. Only when the second side is secured to the first side, release the outside form from the crane. Step 10. Preset the rugged tie wing nut a measured distance from the end of the tie. You should now determine which side, first or second side, the taper ties will be removed from to strip the forms. Place the large end of the tie accordingly. Install the rugged tie with wing nut through the front of the form to the back and install the backside wing nut. Set the wall thickness by measuring from the washer to the end of the tie. This will automatically plumb the backside of the form setup.
Warning: failure to install the required form ties may cause form rupture resulting in serious injury or death. Be sure the required ties are installed prior to pouring concrete. A thorough inspection of both sides of the form setup is required to ensure all form tie hardware is in place prior to pouring.
Step 11. Install bulkhead yokes at ribs as outlined in the form erection drawings. Bolt location and spacing of bulkhead yokes are important as proper placement is critical for resisting pour pressure. Complete bulkhead assembly. Step 12. Before pouring concrete, a walk-around inspection of the wall form is recommended. The inspector should verify that all accessories are in place according to the form erection drawings. The inspector needs to inspect the ties to ensure the ties are all there and placed in the correct position and set to the correct wall thickness. The inspector needs to look inside the forms to verify that all embedded items are in place, such as tubes or anchors that support forms for the next pour. This is also a good time to verify that all fall protection systems are installed and ready for workers to place and vibrate concrete. Step 13. Read and understand the form erection drawings that explain the pressure rating and maximum pour rate of the form assembly. Measure concrete temperature. Determine the rate of placement of the form assembly using EFCO form erection drawings. Carefully place and vibrate concrete in the form at the safe placement rate. The site engineer must control the rate of pour.
Warning: pouring too fast may cause form rupture resulting in serious injury or death. Do not exceed the rated capacity of the forming system.
EFCO offers a complete line of corner forms and take-up panels. These make the system very versatile for forming inside and outside corners, as well as pilasters and haunches. There are various options for forming and stripping inside corners. The key to the versatility of the system comes from the combination bias corner called a CBC. CBC panels combined with other accessories can provide stripping relief and eliminate the need to remove formwork in multiple applications. Wood take-up panels required on competitive systems are normally eliminated when the multiple CBC widths are combined with the available take-up panel sizes EFCO has in stock. With plate girders in the horizontal position, many times this is the best time to add outside angled corners called OACs or inside corner panels with the combination bias corner panel. Depending upon the corner or a pilaster, this may be the time to add additional corner panels. Outside corners are easily handled using EFCO outside angle corners. The outside angle corners can be attached to either set of holes in the plate girder panel side rails, providing greater flexibility. Another way to handle odd dimensions for an outside corner is to attach a plate girder panel using a bolt-through pattern. An EFCO reverse CBC panel attached to a CBC panel is an excellent way to provide automatic stripping relief to a wall form with inside corners on each end. The EFCO Power Tower hinge corner is an excellent option for plate girder forms in a hanging application like EFCO Power Tower. This corner assembly uses a CBC panel to form one leg of the corner. The corner form has a 1" by 5" draw. After concrete is poured, The corner form is detached and the 1" by 5" draw enables the form to rotate away, providing stripping relief. When a haunch projects out at a 45-degree angle, CBC and/or reverse CBC panels can be used to easily form haunches. EFCO's insert angle can be attached to plate girder to provide an easy way to construct wood blockouts for wall penetrations. EFCO heavy-duty lap angles can be used to provide additional clearance at the end of a wall form when cycling forms to the next pour. Step 1. There are very important requirements to prepare to cycle large form assemblies. First, when you are finished pouring and after the concrete has reached sufficient strength determined by the project on-site engineer, prepare to cycle the forms for the next pour. At this point, determine the side of the form setup to be removed first. If you have enough room on the job site to lay both sides of the form setup down at the same time with the face sheet side up, then you should remove the unbraced side first. The forms can be cleaned and oiled most efficiently with adequate space. If you elect to remove the unbraced side first, the following is the sequence. Step 2. To cycle EFCO plate girders to the next setup, you must leave the top yokes in place. First, remove the rugged tie wing nut from the small hex head end of the rugged tie only. Secure the wing nut between the ribs with reinforcing steel tie wire. With the wing nut removed, hit the hex head end with a hammer to loosen the rugged tie. Remove the tie, place and secure between the ribs with reinforcing steel tie wire. For multiple gangs, unbolt the vertical joints for the gang panel to be moved, placing the quick bolt in the adjacent form panel rib for storage. Remove the wood bulkheads and all attachments to embeds. Step 3. Attach the crane slings to the lifting eyes on the side of the setup without pipe braces attached. Only after the crane takes hold of the form assembly, remove the top yokes. Step 4. Move the first side form away from the cast wall and lay it down face side up. Clean and oil the form.
Notice, you wouldn't run your car without oil. That's essentially what you're doing when you don't clean and oil your forms between every reuse.
Step 5. Now with the unbraced side of the form setup removed and on the ground face side up, first attach the crane slings to the lifting eyes on the braced side of the form setup. Remove the pipe brace shoes from the anchors and remove the jet bolts. Collapse the pipe braces, leaving them attached to the form at the top. Reinstall the EFCO jet bolt and tie the bottom to the form with reinforcing steel tie wire. Step 6. Pick the braced side of the form setup and lay it down face side up. Clean and oil the forms and install embeds. If you have elected to remove the braced side of the forms first when cycling form equipment, it is a strict requirement that all forms must be secured and/or appropriately braced and/or tied to the poured concrete wall. This means securing the unbraced side of the forms first to the wall, as it will be left in place as the braced side is removed. The on-site engineer is required to make the determination and ensure the second unbraced side is secured prior to removing the first braced side of the setup.
Warning! Always secure to the poured concrete wall all form panels that are not being moved. Failure to do so can result in serious injury or fatality. You must determine the best method for your project.
Step 7. Stand up the side of the forms with braces in position for the next concrete placement. Set the form on the footing in the pouring position and shim if required to bring side flanges to vertical. Secure the bottom of the form with drilled anchors or re-rod pins while extending the pipe braces and securing them to footings or temporary concrete blocks specified by the job site project engineer. Using fall protection, climb the form to release the crane from the form. Use the pipe braces to plumb and align the wall forms. Step 8. Stand up the unbraced side of the form and set the form on the footing, directly opposite the first side form to assure taper tie alignment and safely secure the form. Install a few top yokes. Secure the bottom of the form with drilled anchors or pins. Using fall protection, climb the form to release the crane from the form. Install remaining top yokes and bulkhead yokes. Periodically coat taper ties with a very light coating of grease and install rugged taper tie assemblies. Align the setup to prepare for concrete placement. Step 9. Measure concrete temperature. Determine the pour rate of the form assembly using EFCO erection drawings. Carefully pour and vibrate concrete in the form at the safe placement rate. After the project is completed, clean the panels front and back and again oil the face sheets. Disassemble each panel assembly. Protect the face sheets in transit to eliminate damage and ship form panels in pairs face to face or with wood cribbing in between panels. EFCO provides you with an experienced wraparound support team ready to service your project and answer your wall forming questions. The members of your EFCO team for your project are the EFCO engineer to deliver EFCO solutions for safe formwork and support systems. This work includes project-specific form erection drawings. The EFCO plant manager, who will have the primary responsibility for shipments to your project, and for lease projects, the return of equipment process. An EFCO field service representative whose work can include toolbox safety talks with EFCO's animated assembly, cycling, and safety videos for job site formwork crews. EFCO's field service can be on-site to help interpret erection drawings, assemble forms for the first use, and develop methods and procedures to help cycle forming equipment. And the District Sales Administrator for your project as your connector for all EFCO services and to answer billing questions. Please call directly to your job-specific EFCO wraparound support team anytime. We deliver more than just forms. We deliver formwork job-specific labor-saving solutions. EFCO's Plate Girder Forming Systems Catalog. A complete plate girder forming catalog, including why the EFCO Plate Girder Forming System, pictures of project types and systems accessories in catalog EFC 717. EFCO is a company with a long history of developing innovative concrete forming solutions. The company started by identifying a need and filling it, now more than 75 years ago, and today delivering the plate girder wall forming system. Now, put the EFCO Plate Girder system to work on your project with wraparound support, and you can receive the best value and lowest in-place concrete costs.